The images of Italy's overwhelmed hospitals shocked the world. The virus hit the country hard and fast. The first infection was recorded at the end of January, the first death a few weeks after that.
There were a lot of people, like a war. We were in a war.
Initially, local authorities, especially in northern Italy, were slow to act. But on March the 19th, a little under a month after the first death, the country's death toll overtook China's. As the lockdown lifts, hundreds of people are still dying every week and more than 33,000 people have lost their lives. Paolo Giordano, how are things in Italy now?
Well, they're getting better and better. We're past the lockdown, and the only meaningful measure left is the impossibility to move from one region to the other, but this will also be lifted on June 3rd. Also, but at the same time, we're waiting for the new data to come and see how the epidemic is going. We're in unknown territory in a way.
Well, when the pandemic started, you looked at the maths. What are the available maths telling you at this point?
Well, the math is more complicated now because we have a lot of indexes to look at. The most important one is the basic reproduction number. So how fast the epidemic is still spreading among the population, but of course it's spreading much slower than at the beginning because we're all using protections and so on and so forth. The problem with that is always that you know how the speed of the contagion is only after a couple of weeks. So you're always delayed with respect to the pandemic, even now. So we're going a little blind, also a little blindfold in this moment.
You've written that the first phase is exponential growth, the second phase is containment, and the third phase is patience. What do you mean by that? What does that third phase look like in reality?
It looks a little alien to me, you know. Even people look a little alien when you go around the streets. I just went to the post office this morning and I had a 40 minutes queue in the sun outside because there's not enough space inside to fit all the people in it. So we're all getting used to small adjustments to our usual life. And yeah, it takes a lot of patience and a lot of imagination, I think, also.
Do you think people are getting used to it, or are people fraying a little bit?
I think that I was very surprised since the beginning by how fast people got used to the whole situation, how fast people reacted even to the lockdown, which was very severe here in Italy, and also how they are behaving now. That surprises me a lot. But not everybody, of course. Of course, there are always small transgressions. But generally, what I see is a lot of responsibility.
Is it the case that Italian newspapers are still sticking with the decision to not publish a daily tally of the contagion spread?
Well, no, that's never been the case, actually. What I refer to in the book is in the very first weeks after, let's say, a couple of weeks, when the numbers were raising very fast, some media were accused of spreading the panic because they were putting these numbers in evidence in their homepages and so forth. So there was an attempt for a few days to not to hide the data, of course. Data have always been public, and there still are, but just not to put them very highlighted in the homepages. And then suddenly the media realized that panic really spread at that point because people started to think that something was kept from them. And so from that moment on, they were very visible and transparent also.
Paolo Giordano, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.